Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. A warm welcome to JEC World 2023 and naturally a warm welcome to JEC World Startup Booster Competition 2023. Now, first of all, those of you that are walking by, not quite sure what this is, come on in, take a seat, get comfy, because we have got, for the next 60, 70 minutes or so together, we will be unfolding, revealing big ideas here on this stage, in this industry, and ideas that hopefully will unfold, move forward into something beautiful, even more beautiful than what they are right now. The JEC World Startup Booster Competition. Before we go any further, quickly, I will introduce myself. My name is Peter Hopwood, and I am a story and pitch coach. I help people to stand on stages similar to this, in front of audiences similar to you as well, helping them share their messages, helping them get investment, helping them share their stories in the right way. I'm intrigued as much as you are, really, to hear these big ideas within the industry and see how they unfold as well. So remember, right now, Startup Booster Competition, we have got 10 startups. 10 startups will be standing here, not all together naturally, standing here and sharing their big idea to you, the audience, to you online, watching this in the future, wherever you are around the world. So time travel already, but maybe most importantly, perhaps our jury members that are right in front of me right now. So remember, Startup Booster Competition is the leading competition, the leading startup competition within the composite industry. If you are a startup in this industry, this is where you should be. This is where you need to be, again, to share your ideas to the right people, naturally at the right time as well. So lots of intriguing ideas ready to come. Already, Startup Booster started in 2017, so in its 6th year already, and has already fostered the emergence of more than 600 startups, 600 innovative projects, and they keep on coming as well. Now, also, let me remind you, right now we have 10 startups in the products and materials category, but also a little bit later on, this afternoon, we'll also be delving into another 10 big ideas on this stage at 4:30, and that's for process, manufacturing, and equipment. So we're covering everything, all the different areas of the industry are right here as well. Now, remember, all of the startups that we see right now, the 10 that we see right now, all the 10 that we see a little bit later on this afternoon as well, you can get to know them quite quickly in 2 ways. One of those ways is JEC TV, online JEC TV. It's our composite JEC TV world online. You can look at all the videos, all the material, and really get to know them through that. Or even better still, as you're listening to the startups afterwards, you're curious, you'd like to know more, you're intrigued, you might be skeptical, and you just want to ask them the audacity of what they're doing. That might be the conversation starter as well. You can do that here. And remember, the Startup Booster Village, which is at the start of Hall 6, as you come down the escalators, the start of Hall 6, a large area called the Startup Booster Village. All of the startups are there with their services, with their products, and a chance to have a conversation, have a coffee, and get to know them a little bit better as well. Now, who is going to decide the winners? Unfortunately, but you as audience members, you won't, I won't either. But as I say, we have 5 distinguished jury members, experts within our industry, really to put their brains together, minds together, giving us their energy, their expertise, and naturally their time as well, to help us decide who walks away a winner of this category. We'll also have a winner of the other category, and there's a special category as well, the most sustainable solution as well. So remember, tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we will have 3 winners. 3 o'clock on this stage, we'll announce who walks away winners of this competition. Now, our jury members on the screen behind me, we should have on the screen behind me very shortly, all our jury members who have given up their time. There we are. giving up their time, expertise as well. I'm looking at them now. They're looking at themselves. They look almost the same. I think they're almost wearing the same clothes as well, which is fantastic. But hey, we'll be hearing from them as we go through this process as well. Again, how does this unfold? It's really simple and really easy to grasp for you watching, for our jury members, and naturally for our startups as well. 5 minutes, standing on this stage, sharing their idea, up to 5 minutes, no longer. It could be as short as they like, but it cannot be more than 5 minutes. After that, the starters will come to the center here, and that's really where our jury members, they dig a little bit deeper under the bonnet, as it were, to really find out with their questions how these startups tick, and to help them decide whether they should be walking away a winner. So a couple of questions from our jury members after the 5-minute pitch. We do that once, and we do that another 10 times, and then that is the end of this session, helping you, again, have a flavor of really of all these innovative ideas that are coming through in this industry. Right, I think it's time. I'm sure you'll agree as well. It's time to hear from our very first startup. So our first startup, actually from a startup based in the UK, and providing the most sustainable solutions to petrol-based polyethanes, which represent 8% of world plastics. I'm intrigued as much as you are to hear really what they have to say. Please welcome to the stage right now Director of Algreen Limited, Zhixuan WANG.
Hi, I'm Zhixuan from Algreen. We provide the most sustainable solution to polyurethane. Polyurethane represents 8% world plastics. Polyurethane workers are exposing to occupational asthma. These petrol-based chemicals are widely used for making foam, coating, thermoplastics, adhesive, and film. In Algreen, we invent fully bio-based polyurethane. We have foam, film, adhesive, and coating to replace the petrol-based polyurethane. Our polyurethane is fully bio-based, chemical-proof, carbon reduction, affordable, waterproof, biodegradable, recyclable, and durable. The world productivity of polyurethane is worth 21.3 million tons this year. Just by replacing 5% of the polyurethane, Algreen can save up to 4 million tons of carbon dioxide emission. However, in the real-world application scenario, polyurethane are always mixed with other materials. For example, a fully bio-based cotton jacket is not recyclable with polyurethane, petrol-based polyurethane coating. Hence, to replace 1 kilogram of loose mixture, Algreen can save 3.6 kilograms of carbon dioxide emission, save 6,000 liters of water, and avoid the usage of 0.3 kilograms of fertilizer and 0.2 grams of the insecticide. Algreen is the first company invents this fully bio-based polyurethane in an economically scalable and energy-saving process. The market size of bio-based composite is worth 86 billion in 2018. 2030, Algreen is focusing on the sustainable polyurethane. Currently, we provide sustainable solution to the EU markets. We receive traction from cosmetic, automotive, packaging, chemical, fashion, and electronic industries. To go to the market, we deliver connection with brands and quickly scaling up in a subcontracting manufacturer collaboration. I'm the CEO and founder of Algreen. I did my PhD at Imperial College. I have more than 10 years of biomass research experience. My co-founder, Roderick, has more than 25 years of experience in business, finance, and equity. He supports our route to market. We have a strong R&D team. Most of them has a PhD degree in green chemistry. Our advisory board has university professor, industry leader, investor, and founder. We launched Algreen in August 2020, received support from world-leading organizations. We are the finalist of JEC World 2023. We secured equity-free funding up to 1 million and filed our patent. In the future, we are going to be the next generation green chemical leader. We are Algreen. We treat nature with nature. Please scan our QR code, connect with us, visit our booths. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, there we are, hands together for Algreen. Thank you so much. Okay, take your microphone, come and join me. It's on, it's okay, it's on. Just stand here. There we are. And this is where we dig a little bit deeper from our jury members about what you just said. So, Abig Turlo, I believe you have a question first.
Indeed. Thank you for the very interesting and clear presentation. My question is, what's your route to scale up your capabilities to meet those ambitious targets you've identified?
We do small-scale production in the lab and ensure it is scalable. And then we have collaboration with the manufacturer, so they have the pilot scale and large scale facility to support us, and we do a subcontracting manufacture.
Thank you. And if I can get another question in. How are you demonstrating the capability of your product against the existing market?
I think the good thing is we do the testing in our in-house, and we compare with the competitors' products, and we ensure the performance and the physical properties is the same as current polyurethane. And in the meantime, we have third-party organizations help us to do the certification and also the testing of our material. So we ensure our material is competitive compared to petrol-based polyurethane.
Thank you.
There we have it. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, hands together for Algreen. Thank you so much. Wonderful. That way. Right, there we have it. There's our first startup, and as she walks off the stage, our jury members, they're looking poker face, have no idea what's going through their minds. They're popping down what they feel about what they've heard, and hopefully, we'll see a little bit later. We'll see actually tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we'll find out all the winners, the 3 winners, the winner of this category, of the other category, and also the most sustainable solution as well. We move on now to our next startup in this category. This is all about bringing bamboo into the composite industry. There may be experts on bamboo here, like me, maybe not. We'll find out all about that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage right now, Edouard Sherwood from COBRATEX.
Hello everyone, thank you Peter. So yeah, my name is Edouard Sherwood. I'm the founder and CEO of COBRATEX. Industry is facing issues concerning sustainability. When it comes to composites, it's really the resources that are non-renewable, the processes that consume a lot of energy, both for the raw material, but also to produce composites, and the complexity of recycling all the possibilities of matrices and reinforcements. All this is pushed by regulations, either on the global industry or focusing on individual industries. So there's a lot happening to optimize processes by reducing temperatures, process temperatures, or by reducing processing time cycles. But there's also a big focus on renewable resources, so plants for matrices and plants for reinforcements. And that's where we come in with bamboo. We've developed a technology to extract bamboo strips, weld them together in order to obtain a continuous ribbon. It's actually unique. It's composed of fiber bundles and also closed honeycomb structures. So it has really a composite morphology all by itself. And this is a real rupture with conventional codes where we always try to have the thinnest fiber possible to interface with the matrix. As of today, we've got the full range of reinforcements, either dry or pre-preg. We've also started working on multi-materials because we've noticed that our ribbon is complementary to carbon fiber, and we're also working on more conventional bamboo reinforcements. The main advantage of our products is sustainability. I mean, bamboo absorbs a huge amount of CO2, much more than any other plants. And thanks to our technology, our reinforcements actually store as much CO2 as what is sent into the atmosphere when producing glass fiber, which means we're really reversing the CO2 emission. That's enormous. It's not the case for bio-based matrices, by the way. If you look at the end of life of the product, using standard processes, incineration, you produce energy. And at every life cycle, save some fossil resources. And furthermore, products that will replace the first products will have used bamboo that has absorbed the CO2 you're emitting again, closing the loop. So all this really shows how much our product really impacts the environment. Technically speaking, our reinforcements have a very low density, lower than carbon fiber. It also absorbs very little matrix. In terms of structure, it's a natural fiber, so it's in the world of some glass fiber reinforcements, but it also offers damping properties, good water intake response, thermal and acoustic properties, and radio frequencies transparency. So it's really a versatile product. Here you can see applications using our products in the sports and leisures, here in the medical sector, here in the marine industry, and here in the automotive and aeronautic industries. Today, with 14 associates, around the table there's some very high profiles that are all complementary and also backed up by some companies and institutions to tackle all the subjects that are necessary to run our business. The story began in 2008. In 2013, the company was created. And today, for our 10th birthday, we can count over 150 clients. We've got a strong industrial demand. Actually, market studies show that by 2030, the natural fiber market will weigh several million tons. So what we really need now is to improve our production capability in order to become profitable. And this goes through a fundraise. We've actually secured part of the fundraise. In the long term, our vision is to have several production plants worldwide and to have products in all different market segments. So if you want to help us make a difference, do come to our booth or please get in touch with me. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for COBRATEX. Wonderful. He's going to give you a microphone right now. Come and join me here in the center. And let's hear what our jury members felt about what you've just said. And I believe Raphael has the first question.
Yes, thank you very much. So my question is, why are you applying? What is exactly your need? You explained that you have a need of money and also to grow up. But what is your next step exactly?
Hello, it's working, yeah? The next step is to build our industrial plant. We've started investing for the last 2 years to automate the end of our production plant, and now we need to do the first step. Actually, we're looking for industrial companies to help us, and we've got some discussions going on at the moment because we feel there's things to share on other aspects. So I don't know if that answers your question. Yeah?
Another question from our jury members, curious, intrigued. Karl-Heinz.
Maybe one question from my side. What about the cost of your material in comparison to the carbon fiber?
It's a bit difficult to compare a very low productive production to a massive one that has been running for several years. What we're aiming for, and it also depends on what product are we talking about. Are we talking about fabrics, dry fabrics, pre-preg fabrics? All that will change the price. But as an average, we're thinking of being competitive with glass fiber products. So in between 10 to 20, let's say, euros per square meter. That's really just to give an overall, because it's a complex question, really. I think you're aware of that.
It's a complex question with maybe a complex answer as well. Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for COBRATEX. Thank you so much. Wonderful. So there we are. Again, if you just joined us, remember this is a Startup Booster competition, products and materials category. 10 big ideas on this stage, all fighting against, well, not fighting, but all competing against each other to walk away a winner of this category here at the JEC Booster Startup Competition. Again, you're intrigued, you're curious, you hear something you like, you hear something maybe you don't like, and you're skeptical. You can find out more if you want to at the Startup Booster Village at the start of hall number 6, a whole area with all of the startups in this category, all of the startups in the later category as well, so you can get to know them. And essentially, they're all here for the same reason you're all here, for conversations that can unfold into more conversations and hopefully make better business as well. Let's move on now to our next startup. Already we started in the UK, a UK startup. This was naturally a French startup. We move over to Sweden. Sweden for multifunctional and green composite materials. Let's hear more right now. Please welcome to the stage the CEO and founder of GRAFREN, Mr. Erik KHRANOVSKYY.
Thank you very much. If you allow me, I would dare to subject, we are not here to compete, we are here to collaborate. Thank you.
Whatever you want to say, that's fine by me. Collaborate, that's good, carry on.
Thank you. I'm Erik KHRANOVSKYY. I'm CEO and founder of GRAFREN, Swedish deep tech company which is based on 15 plus years of research on two-dimensional nanomaterials, particularly graphene. Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age. We are living now in the composites age, for sure. And composites, they are beautiful, they are strong and lightweight, right? It's amazing performance. But what if I tell you that composites can have even better performance, can have multiple functions inbuilt, and can be more sustainable? This is what we set as a mission at GRAFREN, enabling the composites of tomorrow. We have the unique technology where we coat, where we change, modify the DNA of the fibers. We do graphene coating on the fibrous level, and the graphene flakes are wrapping around each individual fiber, making kind of nano-lamination on that nano level in such a way that graphene properties are transferred to the fiber, and the whole textile fabric got these properties too. Thus, such properties as electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, mechanical and chemical resistance, they bring a respective function to the composite. And all these functions can be in one single layer. We never add more than 5 grams of graphene per square meter of the fabric. And we get such a multi-functionality which promises great reduction of weight and cost. An example, such innovation as electrical vehicle battery casing. Graphene coating of glass fiber improves fire resistance by a factor of 20. In practice, it means that the passenger has 2 minutes, except instead of 6 seconds only, to escape the car in fire. Another brilliant example is the natural fibers. We can coat natural fibers by graphene, creating the barrier for the moisture and providing better adhesion for the resin. Thus, we can enable natural composites coming to the market. And last but not least is the concept of structural wiring. So with our technology, we can create the conductive lines or paths on every second layer inside the composite. And these conductive lines can be used, can replace the wires. So only the weight saving is approximately a factor of 50, not even talking about the cost of raw materials and work. And this is just an example of the composites coated by us. We see the need for our technologies in such markets as automotive, aerospace, and defense, and the key drivers for that was the electrical vehicles invasion, that was adaptation of reusable rocket launchers, and also the drone technologies booming due to the war in Ukraine. Of course, we are not the only one who is working on such solutions, and there are other great minds and companies doing that, but only GRAFREN is offering such a wide functionality, high performance at such a low weight and affordable cost. This is confirmed by the interest from the market. Last year, we have supplied more than 75 customers with our sample of our products. We have generated our first revenue, 120K. We have very ambitious plans about this revenue. We would like to grow it further. We have the open now our first investment round for the 2 million for the next 2 years. And we have 25 pilot and development projects together with our customers. All these ambitious plans will be realized by the team, which has experience in marketing, business.
And we'll never find out the rest of that. Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for Graphene. Come and join me here. Fantastic. Come and join me here. Here to collaborate, remember? Here to collaborate. Come join me here. Let's hear from our jury members about what they've just heard. Over to you.
Okay, shall I kick off? For me, the key question is, I mean, graphene, we've seen it for years with lots and lots of people, yeah? In 20 words, what's the critical invention?
If you just...
In 20 words, what's the critical invention you've made?
I'm not sure I really heard what you say. Could you just repeat this a bit?
So, in 20 words,
yeah,
what's the critical invention that you've delivered?
Critical invention. Well, we do different things. 100% of other companies, they are trying to add graphene into the epoxies, and in most cases it does work. We coat fibers, but it's not coating, it's not painting, it's actually like a 3D structure building. It's like an additive manufacturing, or each individual fibers, they are connected. That's why the fibers, the textile which you have, we can control the electrical conductivity of that in a very wide range. Thermal conductivity.
It's more than 20 words, but thank you.
Thank you.
It is. Okay, another question perhaps?
What's your commercial strategy?
We need partners. We would like to eventually sell the inks, graphene inks in the future. In order to do that, we have to sell the machines to our customers first. In order to sell the machines, we have to sell the coating as a service, so the customers can validate the value for their products.
Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for our startup
Thank
here
you.
called GRAFREN. Thank you so much. Wonderful. There we have it. On to our going through these startups. Again, you've just joined us. This is the Startup Booster competition. Big ideas on the stage in this industry, hoping not just to compete, but also collaborate as well, naturally, with you, the audience, with the professionals within the industry, but also help perhaps persuade our jury members that their idea should be the one that walks away a winner. And we'll find out that tomorrow at 3 o'clock on this stage, who walks away a winner of this category and the other category that we'll have a little bit later on as well. Let's move on now to the next startup. We're moving across, as you can hear, very global, moving across the globe. We started in the UK, France, Sweden. That was Sweden, in fact. And we move across. We're back to La France right now. Please welcome a startup whose idea it is, in fact, is all about eco-design containers from bio-based, renewable and biodegradable materials. Intrigued? I am. Let's hear what it's all about. Please welcome to the stage right now from Green Gen Technologies, the CEO, James Duronnet. You can carry on. It's okay. We have all day. Carry on.
Okay, well, sorry, I didn't realize it has started, so I'll go full speed. Sorry for my, despite I'm called James, sorry for my French sexy accent. I'll go as fast as I can, if I understand how it works, and I don't. So, the anatomy of the problem is that we are targeting the wine and spirit producers, distributors and retailers willing to dramatically improve their carbon footprint, bearing in mind that in a bottle of wine, the glass bottle weighs 40% of the total carbon footprint. Currently, the price of glass is booming between plus 18 and plus 100% because of a very big shortage. This is due to structural and short-term reasons, short-term being Ukraine, of course. And in the meantime, the end users and the distributors are very keen to decrease their carbon footprint because this is extremely important and very up-to-date, of course. So we are willing to help our customers sorting out everything about all these new laws about sustainability. There's lots of priorities. But one of them is key, is to increase sustainability, and we like to help them. Which is extremely light. Okay. So here is the bottle. It's made of flax or linen. It's extremely short, small in terms of weight. It weighs about 80 grams. That is going to get down to 60 very soon, as opposed to a glass bottle, which could go between 500 and 1 kilo, sometimes 1.1 kilos. So, and we have inside a food liner, and it's on the food liner that we will reduce the weight. So our business model, I think what is key, is that we believe we are the first fast-moving consumer good product using the composite technique. So I think, and the second thing which is absolutely key is that we are a low-impact composite. Okay? The reticulation of our bio-based resin works at room temperature. just for you to compare, producing a bottle made of glass, you need to process silica, sand, at 1500 degrees Celsius. So, of course, the carbon footprint is huge. So we feel we are setting up a new route for the production of cheap composites, which to me is, we believe, is very new. And our carbon footprint is less than 1/2 of the equivalent glass bottle, and this is going to decrease fairly soon. Okay, so the wine and spirit world is all crazy volumes, and we use only for wines, not spirits, nearly 27 billion bottles. So the market is absolutely huge. And what we are planning to do is a multi-local approach where we will set up factories close to vineyards. So the first factory is set up very close to Bordeaux. So that's the team. I'll be very brief on it. Alain is with us here. She's our R&D doctor engineer, and have this great team with me. And what is important for the future is that we need to mechanize more and robotize more to be able to decrease prices and increase volumes to better fit the market. And what we will need is industrial partners to set up plants close to vineyards. Thank you.
And there we are, ladies and gentlemen, hands together for Green Gen Technologies. Right, my colleague will give you a microphone. You can come and join me here. Leave the bottle there. Come and join me here to the centre. That's right. And the man with the sexy French accent. And let's hear from our jury members how they feel about what they've just heard. I believe Krista has a question first.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing your project. When it comes to your unique selling point, because it's a massive market of reusable packaging solutions, what would you say is your unique selling point?
The weight of the bottle, and if I can say a second one, the carbon footprint of the bottle.
Okay, very good. And you are planning to set up factories locally. So, what will be the capacities of? Is this small units, big units? How do you approach?
Yeah, the first
your
unit
operation?
is set up in Bergerac, which is about an hour east of Bordeaux, and is designed to produce 15 million bottles, and our plants could produce up to 30 million bottles. So we plan to go close to vineyards, like in Germany, or where we already have a request. We go to England because they buy lots of bulk wine that they bottle in England, and Spain, and America, California, and Australia, and Chile.
Last question, yes?
Yes, one quick question. How do you compare the 3.5 euro by bottle with a glass bottle?
Yeah, 3.5 euros a bottle is extremely expensive because the price of a bottle goes somewhere between 45 cents and 1 euro. But we are in the process of reducing the price to 150 and soon to 120, and hopefully in 18 months' time below 1 euro.
Last one from Karl-Heinz.
Did you make a life cycle assessment of your material and process, and did you also consider the improvement of the glass industry, because they are also transforming into more sustainable solutions?
Okay, I'm not sure I've understood the question. Have we done an LCA?
Yes.
Yes, we have done an LCA, which I'm not allowed to publish yet, but because it has to be reviewed by a third party. But where we stand now is roughly 45% of the carbon weight of a similar glass bottle. And this should decrease.
And there we have it.
This is not including transport, because transport, of course, it's not heavy at all, very light.
No, it isn't. Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for Green Gen Technologies. Thank you so much. There we are. Right, do we have a winner so far? I don't know, I have no idea, we'll find out tomorrow, but I'm looking at our jury members right now, I have no idea what is going through their minds. Some of them smiling, some of them not smiling, some of them maybe like a Mona Lisa smile, I'm not quite sure, but they're not giving anything away. You as audience members, if you had to choose one of our startups already as a winner, who would you choose? Maybe we have a winner, maybe not. Let's move on to our next big idea here on the stage. Products and materials category, 10 big ideas, sharing with you, and we're going to find out a winner tomorrow. Right, we move on now to the next startup. We stay in France, and this is all about developing carbon fiber bipolar plates for the next generation of hydrogen fuel cells. What does that all mean? What's that all about? We'll find out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage right now, CTO of HYCCO, Alain FONTAINE.
Thank you, Peter. I'm very happy to be here and to be part of the finalists of JEC Startup Booster. So let's speak about us. HYCCO, we are developing a new generation of component for hydrogen fuel cell. So let's talk a bit about hydrogen fuel cell. So you have a quick look of a fuel cell. So there is two components, the membrane, the bipolar plate. Here, the black piece. So the more power you need on the system, the more you need to stack them together. So in a fuel cell, 3/4 of the weight and 1/3 the cost comes from the bipolar plate. And the last thing, for trucks, for example, if you need to power a truck with hydrogen fuel cells, you will need a stack with 600 plates. So if you do the math and you would like hydrogen fuel cells in a lot of trucks tomorrow, you will need hundreds of millions plates tomorrow. So it's a real industrial challenge. So speaking of trucks and EV mobility in general, today battery is not the solution to make them run, and hydrogen is the solution as long as the fuel cell system will be durable, light, efficient, and compact. As of today, no materials meets all requirements. So, in HYCCO, we develop new generation of composite material. It's a carbon fiber, thermoplastic-based composite materials, and we shape it for fuel cells and redox flow battery also. So the innovation is to shape this in bipolar plates. So you have the picture on the left. It is flexible, not breathable. It's light, really light, the same durability as the other carbon-based composite materials, and it's also compact. And when we add this all together, the lightness, compactness, it will lead to better fuel cell system with greater power density. A little bit about the market. So hydrogen is already in major countries' roadmap to go to energy transition, and it is estimated that the fuel cell market will reach around 30 billion in 2030. So our business model is to produce and to sell our bipolar plate, and also to license the production to subsector or to customer, as this technology is already patented. About the competitors, so I won't go too much on detail about cross and corals. Long story short, you have either expanded graphite and composite materials. When they need to be thinner, they are breathable or they are heavy. We have metallic plate. They are mass produced today, but to be durable, they need a coating, and it is a very expensive process and very challenging. And in HYCCO, we have the best of both worlds, and it is also cost competitive. So today we are 15 people in Toulouse, France. We have 3 co-founders, Romain for the business development, Ludovic for the finance, industrialization, and so on, and myself on the R&D development. We have a few projects ongoing in HYCCO today. These are 2 examples here. One for drone, and on the right for a portable generator. In both, they like the lightness of the component, the durability, the compactness, and this will lead to commercial output in the end of the year. Today we have a means to produce 10,000 pieces a year, and we would like to deploy a new production line between next year.
We will never know what comes. We might know what comes next in these questions. Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for HYCCO. Well done. Alain, take the microphone, come and join me here in the center. Now's the time where they dig a little bit deeper to find out a little bit more about how HYCCO ticks. Let's hear from our jury members about what they've just heard. That's open to anybody, open to all the jury members.
I can make a
Karl-Heinz?
question. Can you tell me some topics for sustainability in comparison to the standard, the metal bipolar plate?
Okay, so it's thermoplastic based. The material is recyclable. The lifetime is really long. It's the same as graphite or compound composite materials. It could be used again. Fuel cell manufacturer can change the membrane, put a new one, and build the stack with the same plate. And also, we could shape the plate for a new component, maybe a smaller one, but it would work also.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you very much for a clear and interesting presentation. What's your unique capability? Is it the fibers, is it the resin, or is it putting together into the plate?
Sorry, what are?
The unique capability that you were bringing compared with those, your competitors you had on the slide.
Okay, so we have the expertise on the material formulation for bipolar plates for fuel cell and redox flow batteries. We are working with chemicals to find the good polymer, thermoplastic polymer, and also with carbon manufacturer to have the good carbon fiber fabrics. We take both, and we have also the expertise on the processing to make them with all those properties without post-treatment after.
Wonderful, thank you so much. And thank you so much to HYCCO. Round of applause for HYCCO, our startup. As Alain Fontaine leaves the stage, our jury members again, they are deep in, they look like they're deep in thought, maybe not, but they're popping down how they feel about what they've heard. If you were sitting here in one of the judges' seats, what would you put down? What would be your evaluation? What would be your evaluation of some of the others as well? We'll never know. However, we will know what the jury feel tomorrow at 3 o'clock on the stage here, finding out the winners of this category. Remember, we have another category a little bit later on at 4:30, and we'll find out which of all of the 20 big ideas, 20 startups here on the stage, is the best sustainable solution as well. So lots certainly to look forward to. Let's move on now to our next startup, next big idea. This is all about sustainable biocomposites that are stronger, lighter, more cost-effective and sustainable as well, which is essentially what it's all about as well, but also in lots of different industries equally: automotive, RV, marine, wind, and consumer plastic industries. Let's find out what it's all about. Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for the Chairman and CEO of INCA Renewable Technologies, Mr. David SALTMAN.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending. My name is David SALTMAN. I'm Chairman and CEO of INCA Renewable Technologies, and I'm here to convince you today that natural fiber composites are the future of the world. Our hemp-based biocomposite materials enable our industrial customers to produce, I have to remember to do this here, lighter, stronger, less expensive, and far more sustainable products of their own. We think it's a winning value proposition. By replacing glass fiber and timber products with composites made from plants, we will sequester carbon, reduce plant pollution, plastics pollution, and preserve rainforest ecosystems. Our financial performance is driven by our ability to acquire biomass for $200 a ton from Canadian farmers who are now legally growing hemp for plant-based protein, and basically refining this renewable resource into advanced composites that sell for over $2,000 a ton. INCA has developed and patented 4 unique products that solve critical industry challenges. INCA's prepregs are a direct replacement for glass-reinforced plastics used in automotive trim components such as door panels, headliners, seat backs, and package trays. Independent tests with our commercialization partner at Toyota demonstrate that our materials reduce their weight, increase strength, while helping them meet their Vision 2020 carbon reduction goals. Prepregs are a $7 billion addressable market. Each year, just in North America alone, the RV industry uses 600 million square feet of rainforest plywood to make motorhome sidewalls. Our large dimension biopanels will increase dimensional stability, reduce weight, enable unibody construction of their vehicles. Winnebago believes that INCA biopanels can revolutionize the construction of motorhomes and RVs as that industry transitions to EVs. INCA BioCore is a direct replacement for balsa wood and PET foams used in boats and wind turbine blades. Oops, sorry. I'm behind the, there we go. Balsa prices are rising, quality is falling, and PET lacks the compressive strength of wood. BioCore offers consistent quality, lower cost, and domestic supply chain. Gurit is our commercialization partner for this $40 billion addressable market in core materials. Our 4th product is INCA Bioplastics, a direct replacement for glass-reinforced plastics used in injection molding. Our commercialization partner is Danimer Scientific, manufacturers of PHA bio-based polymers. We compounded our refined hemp fiber with their PHA and produced compostable utensils. We tripled the strength of their virgin resin while reducing part cost by 20%. Imagine the market size of INCA Bioplastics as single-use petroleum-based plastics become legislated out of existence. Our business strategy is vertical integration. We build a hemp processing facility in Alberta within 150 miles of Canadian hemp farmers. Here we will also manufacture BioCore and bioplastic products. We will acquire a composites manufacturing facility in Indiana close to our automotive and RV customers. Refined fiber from Alberta will be shipped via rail to biopanels to make biopanels and prepregs in Indiana. Although separated by 1,600 miles, these 2 factories operate as a single vertically integrated operation. It will be the first composites manufacturing facility of its kind in the world. INCA's commitment to environmental, social, and governance objectives are at the heart of our corporate mission. Our products capture carbon, they're non-toxic and recyclable. Our factories are energy efficient, they generate 0 waste air or water pollution. Our company pays living wages, and all of our employees are shareholders. By 2030, INCA's products will permanently sequester 550,000 metric tons of carbon. Our management team are globally recognized leaders in the field of natural fiber composites. Our CTO, Gary Balthus, and I built FlexForm, the first NFT factory in North America. That company still supports programs at Ford, GM, Chrysler, and now Tesla. Okay.
Okay, that's right, and they know what that means. That means that we have to stop. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, hands together for INCA Renewable Technologies. My colleague will give you the microphone.
Sure.
There we are, that's for you. Come and join me here. Fantastic. Let's hear from our jury members about what they've just heard from you.
Sure.
Open to the jury.
I may ask the first question. Thank you very much for your impressive presentation. Let me ask you something. Did you investigate any quality changes along the different years of earning your natural fiber? Is that a constant quality you can achieve?
So that's a great question. So what we're focused on in North America is hemp that's currently being grown for plant-based protein. So we work with the farmers to develop genetic strains that make consistent fiber but also yield a lot of seed or flour on the top that they harvest protein. And by doing so, we achieve quality control, but they also get dual use income. So it makes hemp one of the most profitable crops in the prairie. So it's very important for us to, as you say, guarantee raw material supply, but also make sure that we're not in the middle of their food chain, and that over the years, hemp becomes a much larger rotational crop in North America.
Thank you.
Just a quick one. So, end of life, what happens?
So the beauty of using hemp-based materials and bio-based polymers is that when it's done, we can grind it up and put it right back into our material. So in the case of Toyota, that was a very important thing for them, in that we can take old door panels, take off the cover stocks, literally put it right back into the system, and all of our materials are that way. In the Danimer materials, that's that PHA plus our fiber, that just can biocompost. So we're really looking at the end of plastics pollution in those kinds of materials. Yeah.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, hands together for INCA Renewable Technologies. Thank you so much. Fantastic. That way. Right, there we are. We're moving steadily through these big ideas, all very different, as you can hear, very diverse as well, very difficult. I could imagine if you or me were one of the jury members, it'd be quite difficult to actually come up with a final winner. But that's their job a little bit later on. But right now, we continue with our next startup here on stage. This is all about a solution, an idea to develop sustainable packaging by combining agricultural waste with the root structure of mushrooms. I'm intrigued as much as you are how this can be done. Let's find out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for our next startup mushroom material, Mr. Shaun SEAMAN.
Hi everyone, my name is Shaun SEAMAN. I'm the founder and CEO of Mushroom Material. We have developed a sustainable solution to expanded polystyrene. So first off, what is expanded polystyrene? Well, it's commonly referred to by its brand name of styrofoam, or its acronym EPS. It is found in all aspects of life, from appliance packaging to takeaway containers. We use so much that we produce enough to cover an entire football field every 10 minutes. In fact, it is responsible for 90% of all marine debris and 30% of all landfill by volume. It takes 500 years to degrade, and in this time it breaks down into microplastics, contaminating our ecosystem and entering our food and water. Because of this, society has demanded change, and that change is reflected in 5 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Governments and companies around the world are searching for alternative materials. In response to this, the composite industry has been pushing sustainable solutions. One of those solutions is mycelium, the root structure of mushroom. Mycelium can be combined with agricultural waste to produce a material that is sustainable, compostable, and can replace EPS in most applications. However, the industry has never achieved scale or an affordable price. And that's where mushroom material comes in. We've spent the last 3 years developing the technology to scale this material. I'm very excited to share this because it is the first time we're doing this in public. We have pelletized the production of micromaterials. This fundamentally changes the way that mushroom-based materials are shaped and formed. What it means is we can shape our material over 5,000 times faster and at a quarter of the price of anyone else in the industry. It has excellent insulation properties, and its strength, lightweight, and impact resistance make it ideal for use as packaging. Can be made in any, these mushroom pellets can be made in any shape, any size, any color. And they are made using agricultural waste that is destined for landfill. That waste we are giving a second life to through the use of packaging, our packaging. Sorry, I've skipped a slide there. Our customers are super excited about what we're doing. And we have signed letters of intent from a range of industries representing millions in annual revenue. In fact, we get a new inbound lead every 3 days without spending a single dollar on marketing. This is reflected in our prominent partnerships from Techstars in the US, Creative Destruction Lab in Canada, ISOS Ventures in New Zealand, and Eastern Pacific Shipping in Singapore. The EPS market is a massive $99 billion. But there is a $500 billion market increase when taking into account packing peanuts, food containers, and general plastic foams. These are all markets well suited for our material. This is the team making it all happen. I have a background in the design and manufacture of consumer products around the world. Jatinder has extensive experience in scaling, automation, and quality control of mass manufacturing plants. And Paul is one of the most sought-after engineers in the region with 15 years experience in building and scaling factories. We have aligned ourselves with companies at the forefront of this movement, implementing eco-friendly practices with lower carbon emissions. We provide a solution for companies looking to reduce their environmental impact and comply with government changes in legislation. If you're a customer looking to make a change, or an investor who can back us to make a change, please come past our booth and we can discuss the future of packaging. So that's Mushroom Material. My name is Shaun Seaman. Thank you for your time.
Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for Mushroom Material. My colleague will give you a microphone. There we are. That's yours. Come and join me here in the center. And let's hear what's the temperature, what's the feeling within our jury. Let's hear from our jury. I believe Christopher has a question.
Thanks a lot for the presentation, super cool. I hate mushrooms, so I can't believe I'm talking to you, but never mind. For me, the key question is, it's a natural product, and variability is always a question. How do you deal with the variability?
It's a great question. It's kind of at the crux of what we're doing, which is pelletizing this. So by making it into small pieces, very small, these are actually the same size as styrofoam beads, is what we aim for. That means your variability changes, you reduce your variability because you're not making large products, which is what the industry has been doing to date, which means when it's growing, you can't control it. But if you're controlling a very small amount, every small piece has the same variability then. So really the way we're making it addresses that question rather than trying to address it by changing the way we make it, if that makes sense.
And and then end of life, what happens?
It's completely compostable. When you finish with it, put it in your home compost, put it in the garden, send it to landfill. Within months, naturally degrades back to its original components.
But you can't eat it.
You shouldn't.
Good.
You can, but you shouldn't eat it.
Maybe one question in regards to your commercialization. How do you approach your go-to-market in terms of scaling up?
Yeah, so I might have actually missed that in the presentation. Apologies. But the core of what this is doing is we can use this in existing expanded polystyrene machinery. So we can license this technology out to anyone who currently has the capital, sorry, the machinery for EPS markets. And there's no change. So this is literally a direct input change. So we can make the shapes ourselves with our factories. We can also license it out as a raw material to literally anyone in the world.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, hands together for mushroom material. Thank you so much. There we have it again. You know, again, you're curious, you're intrigued, you're not quite sure. You just want to maybe question some of what the startups are sharing. Maybe you're skeptical. Maybe, again, you just like to know a little bit more. Remember, all of our startups here on the stage today, right now, and a little bit later on as well, the 20 startups, they are all featured at the Startup Booster Village. Startup Booster Village, as you come into Hall 6, down the escalators, there's a lovely area, and that's where you can find them all. You can check out the mushrooms, you can check out everything, all the products, all the services that we've heard so far. Let's move on now to our next startup. We're moving through these very steadily, already almost at the end of these 10 big ideas here on stage, and very shortly, a little bit afterwards, all our jury members will walk away together and come up with one particular winner. What's your winner? Maybe you already have one, maybe you don't. Let's hear from our next startup right now. Ladies and gentlemen, our next startup, very simply, is all about specialty coatings that adhere to wet and low energy surfaces and enhance surface functionality with applications in corporate strengthening. Sounds good. Let's hear if the pitch is as good as how it sounds. Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for our next startup, Mussel Polymers, George Boyassian.
Good afternoon. My name is George Boyajian. I'm CEO of Mussel Polymers. And it's great to be here. This is a great show. I wanted to thank Benjamin and Clotilde for setting us all up. We have the first new class of adhesives in the last 60 years. Now, there's a fundamental problem in adhesion, whether it be fibers or anything else. Wet things don't adhere. Low energy surfaces don't have adhesion. These are solved in nature by things like mussels. The US Navy invested $10 million into Purdue University to develop a glue that mimics the glue that mussels use. And we have licensed that technology and expanded it with a family of patents, and this works very well on fibers. Our molecule is called polycatechol styrene. And we have a team that has over 100 years of entrepreneurial experience. We have the former head of the US Navy as an advisor, a number of senior chemists in the industry. We have a number of exits as well. So fibers slip and composites fail. Low energy surfaces slip out of resins. And the industry has come up with a whole series of methods to solve this problem, some of which are listed here. We solve this by coating these fibers with PCS, polycatechol styrene. Here you can see some raw untreated fibers and some PCS coated fibers, both aramid fibers and carbon fibers. This is a minimal increase in weight, less than 0.5%, and it can increase the strength of these materials significantly. It's a simple one-step process at room temperature, and we can adjust the coating thickness. Okay, catechols stick, all right? They don't slip off. They make all adhesion systems work better. Oh, there we go. So there have been a number of studies done with catechol polymers. Ours is the first commercial catechol polymer, and you can see significant increases in interfacial shear strength, flexural modulus, flexural strength, impact energy, and individual fiber strength. It also reduces crack propagation and increases cryogenic toughness. This system also makes other adhesive systems work much better as a primer. So whether it's acrylics, phenolics, urethanes, epoxies, we can get significant increases in strength in those as well. Now, there are certainly green resultant effects by using a stronger adhesive, Those include reducing process energy in the coating process. It uses less material. You need less adhesive. You also have longer lasting products. They're stronger. And then you can actually coat recycled fibers with this and get better performance. Our initial tests with chopped recycled carbon fiber is we cause it to increase, to have better performance than virgin fiber. Okay, so ours is a platform technology. We're following the Gore model, like Gore-Tex, where we want to sell to people who have customers. Okay, so we're not going to sell to the end customer, but sell to people that are making fibers to sell to their customers. This same material, this PCS compound that we make, just by changing the concentration, the molecular weight, the polydispersity, or the solvent, we can address all of these different industries. Currently, all right, let's go. And the slides are stuck. There we go. Currently, we have programs with the US Navy and the Air Force. Those work for adhesion, also for anti-corrosion, same material. We're coating fibers for a series of high-energy ablative coatings for the Air Force. We're currently working with more than 25 different companies and testing our materials both on fibers and composites, but also in apparel. It has great bioactivity in wound care. It can remineralize bone, so you can cure sensitive teeth with exactly the same material. And it has a host of other applications. We are looking for development partners. So if you're interested in working with us, please give us a call. We'd love to work with you. Jason Stieg, our Chief Commercial Officer, is here. We are now raising a Series A of 10 million. Thank you.
There we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for Mussel Polymers. Wonderful. Right. Let's hear from our jury members right in front of us now about what they've just heard. Over to you.
Thank you very much for a very clear presentation. A very exciting topic to have a new generation of polymers. Do you see any limits on the application in terms of if it's going to be used to coat fibers in composites?
Well, we're still learning a lot about that. There's a lot of literature on polydopamine, which is another catechol polymer. Polydopamine has over 4,000 patents on it. Unfortunately, none of those patents have turned into products because polydopamine cannot be manufactured in an industrial sense. Ours, we have dropped the price to manufacturing, to commercial price. We have scaled up our production. The challenge we have is pretty much everywhere we try it, it works. And that, we're a 12-person company. We have a lot of business, more than we can handle healthily. So use of proceeds for this is to hire more business development people.
Oh, great problems to have, and in composites, being able to bond and adhere to things is very important, so look forward to seeing how you get on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Room for one last question, if you have one, yes?
Yes, just to know what is your roadmap and what is your biggest hurdle today?
I'm sorry.
What is your roadmap and what is your biggest hurdle?
Oh, okay. Our roadmap, so we prioritized all of those polydopamine markets. We looked through all of the markets there. So the two markets we're targeting right now are one, fibers, which we've just started working on, and we're getting great results with that. And the other is to cure sensitive teeth with this. So remineralization, you don't need any FDA approval for that. It's a $160 billion US market that doesn't have a current cure. But exactly the same material is being used in both of those situations, roughly the same concentration and the same solvent. It's absolutely amazing. So this is going, we see this material to have the same breadth of applications as perhaps Teflon or Gore-Tex or cyanoacrylate or carbon fiber.
And there we have it. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for Mussel Polymers. Thank you so much. There we are. So moving through, we've heard all different areas, different ideas, and naturally different countries as well. Remember, JEC Startup Booster Competition, it's a global competition in terms of composites. If there is a competition you need to be at, or you should be at, this is the one naturally. We've heard from big ideas from Canada to USA, France, UK, Sweden, and now we go over, or actually Egypt comes to us here at JEC World. This is all about manufacturing the first 100% eco-friendly wood panels in the world out of agri-waste and bio-based resins without cutting a single tree. How is that possible? I don't know. You don't know yet, or you might know already, but certainly the next gentleman, he's going to tell us and share with us exactly what it's all about. Ladies and gentlemen, hands together, in fact, for our last startup of this competition, of this category right now. Please welcome CEO of AGRONA, Mr. Mohamad ELKAFAFY.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm very happy to participate in JEC World, and pleasure to meeting you all today. What you can see in this picture, this is the Amazon forests. 2 billion trees are cut down every year just to supply the furniture and construction industries with their materials, making deforestation the second leading cause of climate change. Hi everyone, my name is Mohamad ELKAFAFY, the CEO and the founder of AGRONA. We're going to revolutionize this to make wood without cutting a single tree. We're not only protecting forests, but we are also saving the Earth's gruesome amount of carbon emissions when burning the agri-waste to turn them into composite panels, like the MDF and the particle board that could be used in many furniture and construction applications. Applications like partitioning, thermal insulators, shelves, noise insulators, walling and discs, and so on, which are featured with their fast finish and affordability. Here's a quick demo of how the process goes. Our suppliers, whom are the farmers in rural areas, collect the raw materials left to be dried in the open air, melt to small sizes, and bagged in bags to be shipped to our facility, where we apply our patent technology that make the first in the world the boards without any chemical formaldehyde resins, with using bio-based resins, and agri-waste without using any wood chips. Our boards complying also with the European standards and 150% stronger than it. For every ton of the agri-waste, we can save 3 trees and avoid 500 cubic meters of carbon emissions when burning those wastes. And we can also provide 6 decent jobs in people in rural areas in Africa. And our amazing customers can make 20 units of school furniture out of this. But why would you choose us? We're providing the most sustainable and affordable and high quality panels among our regional and global competitors. Since we're in Egypt, we are targeting the African market. It's $1 billion opportunity, where the Egyptian market size has $200 million, and we are aiming to acquire 10% market share by 2026. So far, just from a pilot facility since last year, we were able to produce and sell 7,000 boards that generated 1.5 Egyptian pound and saved 700 trees till now. And we are proud to say that we have $600,000 orders in our pipeline. For the next 12 months, we are planning to expand the team, acquire a larger facility to be able to produce and sell 120K boards per year that generates $1 million in revenue and save 20K trees and provide 200 decent jobs. In order to do this, we are raising $250K for the facility, team expansion, marketing operations, and R&D. This is not only our plans or our current business model right now. The business model, the ultimate business model, it's going to become licensing and franchising our technology to the MENA and African markets by having replicates of this facility by 20 times every year by transferring this technology to our stakeholders, and also increase the scalability of the impact of this business. Among this business has also a 40 years of collective work experience of founders with a multinational and sustainability field that will guarantee the success of this business. Join us, Sustainable Materials for Sustainable Future. Thank you.
Hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for AGRONA. Well done. My colleague will give you a microphone. There we are, that's for you. Take that microphone and come over, shuffle over and join me here in the center. Fantastic, great. Let's hear from our jury members about what they've just heard.
Okay, so thank you very much for your very interesting presentation. Can you give some more information about the innovation topics you cover in your company?
About what?
Your innovation topics, the specialties, how you treat the waste, and things like that.
The innovation, the company, or?
Yes, the technologies you are using, what's the special treatment of the waste?
Okay, so the current technology is relying on wood chips and chemical resin called urea-formaldehyde. The urea-formaldehyde, it's a carcinogenic resin. That's why the standard, the European standard, put limitations on the emissions that comes from the urea-formaldehyde in the panels. In AGRONA, we substitute the wood chips that's causing to be cutting trees to agri-waste that unutilized, so we can generate a new source of income to the farmers in rural areas. For example, Saudi Arabia, the Gulf area, they have a lot of palm trees that they cannot use their wastes, as well as in Egypt, we just burn it. So we substitute this material with agri-waste, and the urea-formaldehyde resin, we developed the first bio-based resin in the world that can give us the same specifications of the panels that are made from the urea-formaldehyde, but without emissions. So this is the competency of our product that's above the other products that are using the chemical resins as well.
Yeah. Very quickly.
Just a quick one. So, I mean, it's always interesting with agri-waste. Silica is always a problem. Silica in the fibers is always a problem.
Silica,
how do you deal with silica?
Yeah. Actually, we are relying on agri-waste that are having low silica content. The vegetable crop residues, they don't have the high silica content that you can find, for example, in the rice straw. So we are avoiding using agri-wastes that are having a high silica content, and they are abundant. Actually, the vegetable crop residues, for example, the tomato stalks in Egypt, we have around 2 million tons just for one country. 2 million tons every year and available all year round. There is no seasonality for the tomato stalks, and the fiber content inside can support the business model, and it can substitute the wood chips.
And there we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our final startup of this category, AGRONA. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So there we have it. We have just heard, if you've just joined us now, you've just missed everything. We have just been through 10, well actually we had 9 because one unfortunately wasn't able to join us, a finalist wasn't able to join us due to travel conditions, due to travel issues naturally. So 9 big ideas we've heard already in this category, products and materials. Who's going to walk away a winner? We don't know that now, but we will know this tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock on this stage, and we'll find out exactly who walks away a winner of these 9 finalists. Again, if you've enjoyed what you've just heard, if you've been intrigued, treated by some of these big ideas, these concepts, these solutions perhaps, or something maybe you didn't know, you walk away now with something that you actually didn't know before, guess what? We're going to do it all again a little bit later on at 4:30 on this stage in the next category, which is all about process, manufacturing and equipment. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. All that leaves me now to say is thank you so much to our jury members for giving up their knowledge, their energy, but most importantly, their time as well. But you're not off the hook yet, because we've got to find out who the winners are, and you're going to be joining us. We'll be treated once again with you joining us for our next category a little bit later on. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this category for the JEC Startup Booster competition. We look forward to seeing you a little bit later, same place, not the same time, 4:30 on this stage for more big ideas, big solutions in the JEC composite world. Thank you so much.